This is probably the earliest we've recorded so far.
Yeah, Alex isn't really an early bird, are you, that much?
I'm not, and I can tell.
And I'm not an early bird either.
I haven't had any caffeine yet, and you're already annoying.
Vice versa.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I don't wake up the best version of myself, and I don't think you do.
No, I don't. To be fair, I should just go to bed at like 11 and then get a full 8 hours, because I wake up at 7 with the kids. But I should just go to bed at 11. I don't know why I don't.
Did you not last night?
20 to 12.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
20 to 12 it was. But that's us every day. Like, that's not us. That's just not like, oh, that's not an anomaly. It's
No,
like,
but you know what is mad? I feel like probably over the years you've got used to it, whereas like some of like one of the girls, her son is like, yeah, like 100% waking up at like 5 a.m. every day. And so she was,
baby.
Yeah, he's a baby, but she was like, yeah, she came to like a little like get together that we had, and she was like, I'm gonna go because I'm so aware like my son's been asleep for 2 hours, which means I've got like 2 hours less than him, kind of thing. And I was like,
My son. Telling
Yeah.
Jesus or something. My son.
yeah, the prodigal son. No, but you know, you're a bit like, I kind of get that. Like, and I think I remember it probably a bit more, like that obsession of it when you first had it taken away.
That's true.
Whereas I guess maybe your body's adjusted to being
Yeah.
like out of it.
Yeah, it's horrible, that first part. The sleep deprivation is just awful.
Mm.
I think you understand why it's a form of torture.
It was worse when she was breastfeeding because it was like relentless, yeah.
I didn't breastfeed, I just bottle fed mine. Just so I knew where to stood. Other people could take turns.
You tried though.
Like,
You did try like
once.
dead hard.
Once in the hospital. And when they tried to milk me like a cow, I thought, that's enough for me.
That's
We'll
fair.
be doing that again.
That's fair.
But I think obviously when people do have kids, I don't think they realise, like, I don't know, it sounds a bit mad because people are like, oh yeah, okay, I get it, yeah. Like, don't worry, I know you don't have any sleep, but when you're going through the midst of it, you feel like you're going to throw up every day of the day, you're that tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't know why we do it to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, we're watching Stranger Things again.
I've never seen it.
Ever?
Ever.
No, you'd be terrified here by yourself.
Well, see, you know what is funny? I've said that to people. I've said, oh god, because like even like little kids watch it and stuff, and so I've been like, oh no, I don't think I should watch it. But then mates of mine have been like, no, it's not scary, you'll be fine. Even little Bobby was like, you'll be fine. You're the only person that said it's terrifying, you can't watch it alone.
Alright, put it this way. Would you be alright if you were just like sat here in your house and all of a sudden your lights start going a bit funny? Because that's what happens. All of a sudden, boom, 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 all the lights are going off, on and off, on and off. And then all of a sudden someone comes out the wall. Would you be alright with that, yeah?
No.
I mean, there's obviously a big build up to that as well. It's like, it's terrifying. And this girl just with her eyes just can kill people. Yeah. To be fair, Tilly in school, the year 4 kids, they've all been talking about Stranger Things when it came up for the time, like the finale or whatever it was called. And they were talking about it and they were all like buzzing off it, like saying that they've watched it and all that. And I was like, Tilly, it's far too like old for you. Like you'd never sleep ever.
Yeah, proper.
Like,
Yeah.
you'd never sleep ever again. And she was like, no, don't worry, I don't want to watch it. She's got to say that, like, I know about it, but like, I don't really want to watch it.
Yeah.
And I did see a small clip to go on where the boy was in the house, and I was like, thinking, well, it could be anything. So I was like, yeah, we'll just don't watch anymore because it is terrifying.
I wonder how she saw a small clip.
Probably someone put on like on the telly or something.
Yeah, maybe YouTube.
One of the kids, he's buzzing for it. He's like wanting the t-shirts, the jumpers, but he hasn't even watched it.
To be fair, my mate in work, her little boy's just turned 9, so he's the same age as Tilly, and he has watched it because she's watched it with him. But
It's terrifying.
well, that's a weird thing.
The thing is though, like, so for example, we did take our kids to go see Avatar 3, and like although there is scary parts in that, and obviously there's quite a bit of gruesome bits in terms of like, you know,
For a 5-year-old.
yeah, she's nearly 6, but like people cutting heads off and stuff. I mean, there's not blood or anything like that, but still, you know, it's not the most appropriate. And obviously we did to close her eyes and her ears during that performance, but I don't know, I feel like when it's something that's I don't know, like where you can't see it.
Yeah.
That freaks me out more. Like, if someone's getting killed, shot, you know, whatever, you're like murdered and stuff, like you think to yourself, okay, well, I can see that, so I know that could be, you know, like, not that it could be true. It could be true, but what I'm saying is, like, when you see something coming out of the wall, it's like the unknown. It's like, oh my god, could it happen? I don't know.
Yeah, so are you scared of like aliens and stuff then?
Not aliens. I mean, I don't really think too much about them, but it's like, I think it's the unknown, like ghosts, spirits.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't really like ghosts and spirits, these are like monsters or something like that, but you know, the whole thing just freaks me out, and to be honest with you, I prefer not to watch it. But we've started now, and we need to finish it.
I know, but if you're on series 1 and you've got what, like 4 to go?
What, 4 episodes or 4 series?
4 series.
I know. But we have done it before. We've been here before. I think we watched it like
when it first came
10 years ago. I've watched it a long time ago, but I just don't know, just scares me a bit. But I'm going for it anyway. But Tilly definitely has never watched any of it.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, probably put Annie in front of it before Tilly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tilly had never seen it. But yeah, so we didn't go to bed till stupidly late, 20 to 12, and then we're up at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then obviously it's the school run, and it's just like you're trying to keep yourself really calm. You know, like, I don't want to shout at them, but why are they doing that? Stop shouting. Oh god, now they're there, just messing about with the socks. That's when please just put yourself in. Oh, and then we're about to walk out the door, one of them says, need a wee. And you're like, you've literally had a wee about 20 minutes ago.
I do know that, like, Tilly, when I looked after them, like, a few months ago, Tilly was like Matilda, like, was like, basically was like, right, I'm ready. Like, did it all of her own volition, whereas, and maybe it was because of lack of trust in me, I don't know. Annie was like, each step was hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Annie, oh yeah, they are just funny kids, honestly. But no, she's hard work with us because she's like, I want to do some dance routines, and then you're like, just go and have a wee, and they come back, and then they're like, you want to get dressed now? She's like, I said, do you want to get dressed in a minute? You know, you're like, yeah, but that was 3 minutes ago. So come on. And then it's like, you really are trying to keep your shit together, but then it ends up where you realise you haven't done the spellings, you haven't done the times tables, ready for this morning, and you're like,
oh god,
12 times 12. And she's like, I mean, she is good at stuff like that, but you're like,
you're banking on it.
Yeah. And then you're like, wait, can you spell pressure? Can you spell, you know, like all this kind of thing. She's like, yeah. But then it's like the attitude, because then something like came through on her iPad, and it was like one of her friends had like messaged off the iPad, and she was like, just forget the spellings for a second, I'm just going to go to that. And I was like, priorities, man. I said, we've got 3 minutes before we've got to leave. No. So then it's ended up some sort of big fight, verbal fight, where it's like, do you know what, Tilly? You're not going to go to that party. And then you're like, okay, I'm quite far. And then you're like, one more time. Okay, she did it one more time. Right, looks like the party's gone. And then you're like, alright, one more time again. And you think to yourself, why did I go to the party straight away? Should have just took something else off it.
Yeah, there must be like an element of going higher that you jumped loads of steps.
Yes, too many. And I was like, oh, but I feel really bad because I'm shouting at them. Then you just think to yourself, well, there's Monday morning, off to a fine start.
Yeah.
So I've got all of that to deal with before I even look at you and start talking to you.
Oh, yeah, no, to be fair, I'm a little bit like, you know, it is like, what, 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe? No. Yeah.
9:30.
Okay, 9:30, sorry. It's 9:30, and I'm a little bit like, so far, I feel like maybe we shouldn't record at this time of day next time.
Right.
Because I feel like we're quite boring at this time of day. We're like, just kind of like, you know, our brains aren't awake yet.
Thing is though, I've just told you my whole life in the mornings, and you're like, well, that's boring.
Well, to be fair, no, I also was like, I wasn't saying that's boring, but I was like, oh, okay, interesting. But then I also was like, 2 things. Number one, it's not a comedy podcast, it's just a chance to have a go. And also, we did explain to my brother-in-law yesterday, he was like, oh, yeah, like Michaela hasn't, I imagine maybe you haven't, he's just not listened. He was like, oh yeah, Michaela hasn't told me like what it's about. And I said, to be fair, it's called Share With Your Sister because double meanings, we were told to share as children, and now it's a time to like get together and share how our week's gone. But also it's like time that we don't have small people going, you know.
Yeah. I realise I've just spoken about my kids for the last 10 minutes.
No, but that's fine, because I do have a vested interest, whether the audience do, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I mean, like, who are we? Do you know what I mean? Like, I am a 30-plus-year-old.
30 plus. Like, almost 40. Oh, it's true then.
I mean, is it though? Because at 27, would you say you're nearly 30? No, you wouldn't, would you?
No, I was just thrilled to get through the 27 club. To not be a member of the 27 club. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like basically loads of like famous addicts really died at 27.
No.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. They were all 27, yeah. It's a big crew. So, yeah.
It's got to be coincidence.
I'm not a rock star obs, but when I got to 27, I was a bit like, hopefully
Well, I
not.
thought the same thing.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I was like, just get through this. What was I doing at 27? Oh, babies, probably.
Yeah.
Just had a baby, I think.
Just had a baby.
No, I was 28.
Okay,
I
so
was
pregnant? Probably.
I reckon,
Yeah. That was your 27 club. Pram club. Waiting to join a pram
Yeah,
club.
just literally buying stuff from a Sleep Retail Park and then just taking it back every other day. Be like, I just need a cushion, I'm really nesting right now. Did my discussion with my couch? No. I bought a really annoying couch and it was like camel coloured, probably be the best. Or maybe like champagne, not camel.
I don't remember this. Oh, the one in the front room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Champagne coloured. And I just
That we
couldn't.
never sat in.
Yeah. I sat there like a few times when people came on and they had a baby. But,
Yeah, that was the only time I ever sat in it.
Yeah. But yeah, champagne coloured couch. I just really struggled to get the right colour cushions. So I remember like that pretty much 27, pretty much the whole of 27 for me.
That
I was
is
just going back and
the extreme of the 27 club. I was like, I was worried that, well, to be fair, I was sober then, but, you know, it was still like, it was, I thought about it a lot, like, as an early teen, like, as like a late teen, I think. And so, when I got
I don't
to
think
it...
anyone's calling themselves late teens.
Okay, no, I'm saying I thought about the 27 club.
Oh.
Like...
In your late teens?
Well, I knew about it a lot longer before I got to 27, whereas you obviously didn't.
Didn't even know about it.
Maybe it was because... yeah, maybe it was because people I loved were part of it. And so I was, like, thinking about it a lot. And so, yeah, it still felt, like, kind of semi-big when I got to it, where I was like, oh, could have died from an overdose. Like, I didn't, like, take drugs really, but I could have died from something.
So dark.
But that's what I'm saying, like, that is mad. Whereas you were like, which cushion do I choose? Like, the extremes of people.
Do you think this one goes alright? No. Alright, I'll go back to next. Sort this cushion out right now, actually. I'll go back to next.
My old housemate used to sort of put one of these on that couch and switch it with that one, just to annoy me mum. Yeah. And she'd come in and it'd be like the first thing she thought, oh God, and she'd have to swap them. Yeah, it's funny. Just like, I think he just didn't like uniformity, whereas like I
could imagine him to be really quite together with that kind of
really together and like house trained, but was like, cushions is fun. Like, cushions is the fun bit.
Yeah, especially when your cushions are quite like mixed colours.
Yeah, a bit out there anyway.
Yeah, but they go so well with this couch.
Oh, I know. When I like moved into this house, like I decorated it all, and everyone was a bit like, oh, like Alex has actually got some kind of style. That was true to me.
Yeah.
But also people were like, oh, this is alright actually.
Yeah,
and I was
like,
rude. It felt so rude though. How
I can
everyone
imagine.
was so judgy.
I think it's just because they think of you as a baby, you know, because like obviously you.
I moved into this house when I was 28.
Still
A baby.
I think
27 though.
I think because you're 5 years younger than me,
Yeah.
everyone just put you in cotton wool, unfortunately.
I did say that to the kids last night. I was saying about like them being the number one. And actually even Tilly was like, oh, Annie's been number one since 2020, just because the baby always is.
Yeah.
And then I said to Tilly, I said, yeah, you were number one from 2017, but I said I was number one from 93 to 2017. Like, and so they were like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's so true. Because you were so, like definitely mum just wrapped you in cotton wool for like your whole life, I reckon. And then, unfortunately, obviously you went to Australia and I think obviously you just blew up a little bit there. then you come back, and then you obviously just shit at the fan.
I don't know if I necessarily did grow up in Australia.
I don't know really, maybe not, but I think got to have done some sort of growth travelling on your own. I'll put it this way, you didn't have mum to put you in cotton wool again, so I think you must have. And then you come back and obviously shit at the fan because obviously you didn't realise you were drinking so heavily. And then I think then you got wrapped up in cotton wool again after that, just to protect you, to make sure you were okay. And then it was like, oh, let her out in the real world by herself.
Yeah.
And then they let you go.
Yeah, well, I think they were a bit like, oh, she's got to do this on her own. But I realised, like, when I got sober, like, I was like, it was the first time I'd ever, like, said about being, like, angry, like, having healthy anger. And I remember, like, I was in therapy at the time, and I remember saying to, like, my therapist, like, I feel like I've just pushed stuff down forever, and I feel like my family are a bit like, whoa, like, who's this?
Yeah,
because
you remember,
had to feel things, because otherwise I would pick up, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you were, that's true actually, because I think you were just quite easygoing, just like, just go with the
I mean,
flow.
I didn't verbalise that to you because we didn't live together, but I definitely did to mum and dad.
Yeah.
And they were a bit like, okay, like they had to adjust to, it's not that I've got sober and I've like become a knob, it's like I've got sober.
I was always a knob, I was just pushing it down.
Yeah, essentially. I was like, it's more just the fact that like I used to feel like things, anger, frustration, but rather than saying it to anyone and it being a healthy thing that we move forward and it's boundaries and all that sort of stuff, I just was like, oh, I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, I do remember that, thinking to myself, where's she got a voice from?
Yeah. Who put 50p in ours?
Yeah, or like, has she been so awkward now? She was quite easy going before.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, no.
And I think also you feel a little bit like I've literally just upended your whole lives. This is not what anyone wanted. And yet I have to advocate for myself and still be like, oh, I still have to make it still hard. It's going to be hard for you guys as well. Like this new version, it's not like I got sober and that initial, because obviously like Michaela, like I was in rehab, like Michaela had to take a baby into rehab. Like that's not a nice memory for you. And so like that's really, really hard. But then to go, I'm also, this new version of me is also not going to be peaches and cream. It's not like I put the drink down and it was done. It was like I put the drink down and I had to realise like who I was as a person.
Yeah, it was a lot. Well, it was a lot for you to take on. It was a lot for me to take on.
Oh my god!
Navigating motherhood and then your sister all of a sudden being like big balls. I was like, who's this? I was like, oh my god, please, just rein it in. But take that 50p out of me right now.
Yeah.
And then also, you stop crying. I'll show it with your cow's milk allergy. I mean, good job. I suffered. What's new? I suffered with postnatal anxiety. Didn't suffer with postnatal depression, which, to be fair, they are quite similar. But I didn't feel down when I had a baby. But I felt like the most anxious I've ever felt in my life. Yeah. I've probably not really shook that. I'm definitely better coping mechanisms.
So much better. Yeah.
But at the same time, I think like probably you being on the edge
didn't help.
Me being on the edge because I didn't really know how to be a mum.
It sounds awful. Like I remember at one point in early recovery, I hadn't been medicated properly yet. Big up medication, it's done a lot for that family. I was staying with Michaela because my mum and dad had gone on holiday. They were like, we don't know whether we should go on holiday, but
it was
like,
a bit soon for that. Like
it was,
what was you thinking? Leaving me there and the baby and going off on your little jollies? Go on then.
No, but I think
with no signal.
No, I think they just were thinking about.
I know they probably
the
thought you were just
money,
going
and I think they were like, oh, surely this will be okay. I think also I was very adamant of it's going to be okay, and I think you were also like, it's going to be fine.
You in the house?
No, I was staying with you.
Oh yeah.
But I remember I was still suicidal, which is bad, and so I remember one night, and I said this to someone the other day. I said like, all I can do to make amends to you is by staying sober on a daily basis and like help them with the kids when I can. But like, it's so traumatic. Yeah, it's so traumatic when I think about what you went through then, let alone actually living it. Because like, I remember saying to you that I thought I was going to throw myself out of your window. Like, that was horrendous.
I remember being like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like, don't do that, please.
No.
I'm not on my watch.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was like, I'll sleep in the bed with you. Yeah, which you saw, you saw it. But then you think to yourself, like, it was a mad year. I mean, you say, oh, what age was I again? 28?
Yeah.
But they should be making 28 clubs, because I swear, my life.
You were close to the edge.
When you think was it? So, I had a baby.
Yeah, 28.
I had a baby, obviously, 4 weeks later, and what's your name? Alex goes in to rehab. Tilly is crying every minute of the day because she had Carl's milk protein allergy. I don't know whether I was coming or going. I mean, when you think to yourself, but then, like you said, I remember where obviously you'd been in the hospital, and you for like, was it 5 weeks or something like that? Come out, mum and dad decided to go on the jollies, thinking that was a good show. It wasn't. And then Alex obviously saying to me in my house, I think I'm just gonna like jump out the window, and I was like, don't do that, please. I prefer you not to do that.
Yeah.
Mum, I've got to get over it. No signal on a cruise.
Yeah, on a cruise. Literally, it was like that they were like punishing you. I bet you felt like you'd done something wrong. I remember saying to someone though, and you know what? Like, I had like a wardrobe in my room in rehab. Obviously, they're not like making me fucking leave my clothes on the floor. And like, I put pictures of the baby, and like, she kept me going.
Aww.
So I know. So it was like, it was worth it. It was just a bit depressing.
Yeah, it was just the timing, really, wasn't it? Like, you know, the year before would have been sound, so at least we could have us prepared. But
yeah,
it was just all at once. But you know what? I remember you saying that at the time you were like, I just thought that having a baby around would just make me feel better, and it didn't. So it was just like the pinnacle, wasn't it? But yeah, mum and dad going away on the jollies, and then next minute you not feeling great, and then you were like to me, and I remember, right, well, I said, well, we're gonna be having to go back to that hospital, hon, because I don't know what to do with you now. Like, I really don't know how to. So I remember ringing up your doctor at the time, or consultant, whatever you call it, psychiatrist, in fact it was. And she was like, come in. So we went in. Tilly's like there. Tilly's like there in a car seat. I'm like, just like, she's there. And I was like waiting in the waiting room or whatever. Oh no, actually, I think I was sat there, like in her sort of couch area, and you were sat like at the top there by a table, and she was like saying, you know, obviously asking you all the questions, and you couldn't unfortunately answer that you were going to be all right. So they were like, we are going to have to admit it, and I was like, we thought that might be the case. So then it was like another 5 to 6 weeks later, wasn't it? But obviously it was necessary, it was needed.
Yeah, it was. Like, even like friends of mine that are like, I think people think sobriety is huge, and it's like a massive thing for me. But like for me, I do say to people, like, for me it was a 3 thing, and it was sobriety, therapy, and medication. Like, I needed all 3 things at the same time, because I don't think I'd have probably survived with that. And I'm really fortunate I was able to get access when I needed it. But like the medication bit, like, I know people who think they're like, they get on a bit of a pink fluffy cloud, they get sober, and they're like, oh, thank God, this is the thing that was wrong with me. But then sometimes there's still like brain chemistry that ain't it, and so, but that they almost see there's still this stigma, and it's weird to see it in young people.
What, medication?
But, like a stigma around medication, and seeing it as a failure. But a mate of mine, she's like 5-6 years sober, and she, for the first few years of her sobriety, did not medicate, and was like very, very suicidal. And then we just kept saying to her, like, I think you need medication, and she just was poo-pooing it. And this is someone who's extremely educated, actually in the medical field, which is wild. And then now it's like, why did I do that to myself for so long? Because I just was adamant that I wasn't doing it.
Like you said, it is sometimes that it comes across like as a failure, and you just think to yourself, no one's getting a trophy home for not having it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just wind your neck in, get yourself sorted, and then wean yourself off when you feel ready. Or
and the one thing
you wouldn't, like, I always say to myself, like, sorry to interrupt, but like, if you had a headache, like a really bad headache, and it was like debilitating, because headaches can do that sometimes, would you just not take any paracetamol? No, you wouldn't. You'd take paracetamol. It's like the same with the kids sometimes, like the teething or whatever. And people go, I'm not going to give them any Calpol. And I'm like, well, that's really unfair, because if you had a really bad headache, you'd probably take paracetamol. And I'm not just saying like, I would take, I'm saying like bordering migraine.
Well, even like we can literally show exactly the same thing. Like, if you ever had a wisdom tooth coming through, it kills. It actually kills. And they're having it happen at like 3-4 times at the same time. Yeah. No wonder they scream their heads off. It's grim.
But yeah, I do think to myself, you know what? It doesn't mean that you're on it forever, like for the rest of your life. But at the same time, it does mean that you can actually like just get better.
But I also have had people where they're like obsessed. Well, I'm saying people, I mean our mum. She's been like obsessed with like, and this was a few years ago. She was like, "I think you're going to come off meds anytime soon," because of this idea of that being medicated at all times is not a good thing. And actually, like the psychiatrist person that I was under years ago, she said, she was like, I have clients that are like surgeons.
Nice.
I go visit the pigeons.
Yeah, the pigeons.
They love, and then they were banging the other day as well.
Don't.
Apparently they met for like, they mate for life as well.
On a Monday morning.
I know, yeah. Snuggle bugging in.
Come on. Get a little space.
It's not much, isn't it?
Sorry.
No, that's
just looked up.
I was just talking about men's wellness, but that's fine.
Sorry. I just seen them in the eyeline and thought to myself, get a room.
Get a room, everyone. They're on a fence post. But yeah, basically she just said she had surgeons that were clients of hers, and she was like, they are medicated up to the hilt and are still functioning in every way. Yeah. So she was like, it's a brain chemistry thing, it's not a failure thing. Yeah. Some people do need to be medicated for the rest of their lives, and that's fine. It doesn't mean that you're going to be, it doesn't mean even that your body's going to be affected or anything like that. It's just,
and so remember, it's a imbalance, isn't it?
Yeah, in your brain. That's, to be fair, a mate of mine's just gone off antidepressants, and I've been a bit like, I don't know, in my head I've gone, should I not have them? But actually...
Are you on antidepressants now?
Yeah. But like, yeah, almost for 9 years, baby. But that's just what she wanted to do for herself. Whereas actually for me, I'm like doing really well mentally, and like, actually, do I need to do that just to show myself whether I need them or not? Like what? Like no one has ever said to me, "Oh, I think you should look at that," because it doesn't affect my life in any other way.
If it can keep you the way you are,
exactly,
a little bit awkward at times, but happy, just keep going on there.
Yeah,
I would.
I was so much more awkward when I was a teenager as well. I think it's because I didn't see you then. Oh, God. You did, because you told me once we met a mate of yours on the street, and you said, "Why are you so awkward?" I was like 15, and I used to have my shoulders up to my ears.
Okay, sorry. Like,
and you were like,
"This is probably a cute, awkward
so hard."
Cute and awkward.
Well, I think your friend was like a uni friend, because that's the gap, and you were like, and they were a bit like, "Hi," and I was like, couldn't look at people.
Yeah, do you know what? Like, I don't know why I would pretend that you weren't, but you know what? I think we're all just a bit awkward. I'm awkward.
Especially as a teenager, God forbid. But I wasn't given any grace with that. It was like, ugh, get a grip.
Oh. Sorry. Every single time.
Every single time you're like that woman in Catherine Tate. Like the toaster goes off.
You don't have to think everything.
Yeah. It's like any time she's done something and like she knows a noise is happening, and then she goes, like the timer will go off. Oh, Catherine Tate's show was so good.
It was
really my entry comedy level.
I think it's because it reminds me of waking up.
No, to be fair, I know, I think it's quite, I always think, to be fair, like, because it goes off, like, are we traumatising people? Like, they're like, no!
I did think that actually before, but should you even have the alarm going off?
Maybe we should change it to a different sound. Yeah, like a fun.
Yeah, rather than like a
What's that pepper thing?
No, please,
none
of that.
You're way out of that then.
I am. I'm pretty much out of it.
You're still in the bluey shoot spot.
No.
No, not blue either.
We're not into bluey no more. We're into triggers.
yeah, they are. Yeah, they love
Triggers.
it. Traitors. Oh, so good. And K-pop as well.
Yeah. I feel like it's gone past it.
Really. And he just loves
Trends.
music. As I see her, just like think she's got music like even in her own head, and she's just like.
We slept in their own beds all night last night. I feel like
Claps to the girls.
yeah, like a new woman sort of.
Amazing.
I mean, if you think this is bad, imagine what it could have been like.
Yeah.
But no, they slept in their own bed, thank God, because they always just keep coming up at the moment. I don't know what it is since Christmas. Just a little bit of a change up and stuff, but they keep coming up and Dad. You feel like, just go back to bed. Thankfully, they go to Richard's side and not mine.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening. Yeah. Thanks so much for listening, everybody, on all of our channels. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, podcast. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.